As we get closer to the start of the season, here is 3 signs that you're about to have a great year on the course in 2026. So the first sign is that you've been using one of these throughout the winter, practicing at the range. So just a simple tripod stand here. If you're not using one of these, in my opinion, as a golf coach, you're 100% leaving gains on the table if your work at the range has been trying to make upgrades to your technique. So you don't need to be an expert on the golf swing to get the benefit from one of these, but you do need to be an expert on what your own swing looks like when you can access your best golf. If you're using one of these, you need to be very disciplined and consistent with how you set up the tripod. If your camera angles are varying from session to session, you're not going to get the true benefit of one of these in being able to monitor and track your progress over time. If it's different every time you set it up, all of a sudden you're going to have your perception of what you're doing skewed. Club face angle can look like it's changing. Shaft pitches throughout the swing can look different. Body alignments can obviously look different as well. So my preference as a coach is that it's at chest height from face on, and just make sure that you're in the center of the frame. And from a down the line view, make sure that it's in line with the hands and at chest height. That's my personal preference. As long as it's at the same positions each and every time, that's all that really matters. A lot of golfers are very familiar with the concept of feel versus real. What you think you're doing is often not the reality. So make sure that you've got one of these tripods here at hand to monitor your practice and make sure you're actually getting some benefit from the hard work that you're putting in. The second and third sign that will tell me if you're about to have a great year on the golf course this year is the condition of your grips and also of your glove. With regards to the condition of your grips, sometimes you may well find that it's only maybe 2 or 3 in particular that are more worn than the rest, particularly if you've been doing a lot of block practice throughout the winter. Sometimes people will consistently hit a 7 or an 8 iron, for example, and stay to the same target, which is quite helpful if you're trying to make a swing change. If you're chopping and changing your target and changing the club loads throughout the practice session, you're not getting that continuity to be able to make the change oftentimes. Of course, there will come a point where you then need to vary that up, particularly as you get more comfortable with the changes and we get closer to the season. You will need to start making your practice a bit more game-like ahead of what the real environment is going to be like on the golf course. With regards to your glove, you definitely should have worn through at least one glove throughout the winter by this point if you've been putting in a serious body of work in your training. So that's my 3 signs that you're about to have a great year on the course in 2026. If you've been able to tick all of these 3 boxes, you've got a lot to look forward to this year.